What up, everybody? Welcome to day 45 of this magical journey. I have been low-key terrified for the past several days because I finally booked my one-way ticket to Bali. And yesterday brought me back to all the reasons why I do this kind of stuff. And so I was a couple days ago, booked my ticket and immediately kind of fell into this dread. Oh my God, what am I doing? Because normally I almost never buy a one way, right? I'm always buying a round trip because normally I always leave from like home base and go somewhere and then come back eventually. Because I'm used to, coming back for my job or coming back for family or coming back for anything, all sorts of reasons. So I didn't book a flight home this time because I'm like, I already have all the stuff I need. I already have my dive gear. I already have tr clothes to travel in. Like, I already have everything. So I'm just going to keep going, which was always kind of the plan. However, actually booking the ticket and just committing to it, I don't know. It makes me so scared. So for the past several days, I've been like, what am I doing? Oh my God, like, is this real? I don't know. But yesterday, I got to spend the day with the family I was pet sitting for, and then the neighbors, and we went back to the farm, which I took you guys on a tour in one of my videos, and so they got to see the farm, they got to see the tour, they got to try all the yummy like macadamia nuts and the shortbreads, and we all sat down and had pizza from Pasquale, and it was just a fun day, like just enjoying a place, but also with a group of people who'd never been there before. It was so much fun. And as we were leaving, you could tell, or at least I could feel that it was weird. Like I couldn't quite be in the present moment at the farm because it's like I have my brain is working overtime to like schedule the next move, schedule the where I'm gonna stay, and so I was at the farm, I was enjoying all this stuff with these two families, but I'm also like in my head worrying and trying to plan and then I kept having to consciously bring myself back to the moment and be like, dude, just chill out, just chill out. And towards the end of the farm, uh, you could tell like no one wanted to quite leave yet. So somebody mentioned Black Sand Beach. Oh, Black Sand Beach, woo, woo. And that there's always turtles there. And I was like, "Oh, I love turtles. Can we go see the turtles?" And it wasn't a very far drive. So they're like, of course, if we're all the way down here, we might as well go see the turtles. So we make our way down to this beach and we see the turtles. And I'm just taking pictures and we're just sitting there enjoying the day. And I finally had that moment of like exhale where I'm like, okay, it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna be fine. I've done this before where I've landed in a country and literally booked my stay like as I landed in the airport. So I've got this. Like, I'm gonna be just fine. There's nothing to worry about. So I finally got to like really ease into the moment, really enjoy the beach, enjoy the company, and just I was so happy to be exploring the island. And I noticed like I I'll explore by myself, but I very much enjoy the energy of other people and exploring with other people because just seeing their excitement and just seeing the joy on like little kids' faces and just sitting in the sand and like getting dirty and messy, it's it's so much, I don't know, it's just a fun thing to do with other people. And this is where I kind of, I always suggest like solo traveling to people, but I always suggest, group travel or solo-ish travel before doing straight solo, because straight solo can be, for me, sometimes almost like I almost don't go do things because I'm alone. Whereas when I'm with people, I tend to do more things. So I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm like, I'm going to need to make some connections and probably book some excursions and tours when I get to Bali just to get myself out and with other people, because I tend to explore more when there's other people around and there's just other energies around and people to enjoy it with. So I was like, okay, mental note for later. But then the best part of yesterday was we drive all the way back from Black Sand Beach, which is pretty far south on the island. And we had been talking about the volcano. So the Kilauea volcano has been actually fountaining kind of every 3 or so weeks, every 2 to 3 weeks. And a lot of the people on the island are signed up for like alerts. So this, I think it's the USGS, uh, will send out alerts like when seismic activity is happening or when like they can see activity happening. So it doesn't predict the fountaining, but it kind of gives you an idea of when it might fountain. So and so we're talking about how if it fountained in the next couple days, we should jump in the car and go. We get all the way home, and of course the alert goes off that like activity is happening, the volcano might be fountaining soon. So it's not late, late, but it's like 7:30 at night. The volcano's at least an hour drive away. And the person I'm staying with was like, "Do you want to go or not?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I want to go." And she was like, "All right, pack a cooler, pack warm clothes, like, let's go." Like, she kind of has the system because they've done this before, obviously. And just her excitement, even though she's done it several times, and in combination with my excitement, made the experience so much fun because whether the mountain actually fountains or not, like we're getting prepped, we're getting ready, we're like running around like crazy people. We jump in the car, we have great conversation like all the way to the mountain. We get out, we walk up, we're like, okay, I kind of see it. Oh, yeah, there's some stuff happening. Should we walk up the trail a little more? And there's people about, there's other cars, there's other people walking around, and we're like, and you're trying to keep your flashlights and lights down, so you're not like adding light pollution so people can see the volcano and the stars were gorgeous last night. But we're like so loud and we're cracking jokes, but we have no lights on. So you're like walking on a trail and you're like, is that somebody? Like you can't tell if people are coming towards you or walking away from you. So we're laughing about that and we end up going to like three different lookouts. And I got some different shots of the volcano and it didn't quite fountain, like it spluttered and spurted quite a bit. And I did get one shot of it fountaining, but not as big as some of the past times when it's fountained. So, I still call it a win because the stars were absolutely gorgeous and the volcano, just the fact that it's active, like how many people are going to see an active volcano in their lifetime? Like actual lava sputtering out of the ground. So that's amazing. And then just the company, just the banter and the laughter. And we had, our like hour and a half long drive back home in the dark. I think we got back at like midnight. And of course, we're like exhausted this morning, but those are the best days, right? The ones that you sort of have a plan. Like we had the plan to go to the farm, but all the rest was just like compounded on top, like and playing off each other's energy and playing off each other's knowledge of the place, you know? I before I even came to Hawaii, I had forgotten that the volcano was active right now. And so when they're talking about it fountaining and this and that, it's like, oh, I gotta see it. And they're like, yeah, you gotta see it. This is gonna be amazing. So I just love these days that there might be a plan or a little bit of a plan, but then the rest of it is just like compounded on top of all the excitement and all the joy and energy and laughter of others. So it really calmed my one-way ticket to Bali purchase. And it reminded me just why I do this and why it's so much fun to discover a new place and meet new people and have some laughter along the way. So that's my day yesterday. I hope you have a wonderful day. This is a great weekend. It's beautiful here. I hope it's beautiful where you are. And I'll talk to you next time.